And we are live. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Who Wants to Be a Millionaire Animation Edition Season 5. This is actually our last episode of the season. I can't believe it's been 15 weeks, and this is our 15th episode and our last episode. None of the contestants made to the million, so the top 5 came back for a second round. And we're ending this off with animation lover and blogger, Mr. Andrew Garrison. How are you?
I'm doing well. Nice to be here again.
Thanks for coming back. And for people who maybe didn't watch the first episode, can you introduce yourself?
I'm Andrew, the movie guy, 14, and I cover movies from the classics to the current blockbusters and independent films when I can. Right now, I'm focusing on trying to configure lists of the best animated movies of all time.
Wow, should be a feat. All I could say is I'm sure Ice Age 4 is not on any one of those.
No, not at all. Not at all.
Or Ice Age 5.
No, I did. There's a couple. You're actually making me rewatch a couple films, and I'm like, can I see his point of view? And I'm like, yes and no.
Yeah, if you ever visit the blog, we disagree sometimes in the comments, but we also agree sometimes.
Civilly,
in the comments.
civilly, yeah, civilly.
Yes, we are team hashtag civility. So for all you people watching, this is a 12-question multiple-choice game about anything remotely related to the field of animation. As long as Andrew keeps getting questions right, he goes higher up the ladder. And once he gets one wrong, that's the end of the game. And he leaves with the last number of points for the last safe haven. He has 3 lifelines to help him. 50-50 gets rid of 2 wrong answers. The phone if he chooses, he can call someone for help. Or an Ask the Expert. This scene, our expert is animation lover and blogger Swanpride from Germany. I've asked her all these questions previously. And Andrew can see how she answered, decide if he wants to go with that or not. And especially for this season, there is a 4th lifeline. If Andrew gets to the 32,000, he gets to switch the question, where he can swap a question for another one worth the same amount of points. Andrew Garrison, are you ready to play the last episode of Millionaire this season?
Yes, I am.
Okay, I'm going to share my screen with you. Excuse me, I have a bit of a cough for the past week, so forgive my coughing. Can you see the screen?
Yep, I can see the screen.
Awesome. Who Wants to Be a Millionaire Animation Edition? And this your ladder of points. Remember, the yellow ones are the benchmarks. Once you get to those, you can't lose them. And remember, if you don't get to the million, the winner is going to be whoever has the highest total score from both rounds. So you need to get at least here, 64,000.
Okay.
That's your goal right now. But if you get further, that's even better.
Yep.
And again, here's the expert Swanpride. I won't read this again, but basically she's good with movies and everything, but voice actors and TV shows are her weakness. So keep that in mind. And everyone else, excuse me, her blogs at Honoring the Heroines, a fictional heroine-based blog at swanpride.wordpress.com, or Movies and Lyrics, which is a Disney movies and lyrics analysis blog at swanpride3.wordpress.com. Andrew, shall we start?
Yeah, let's go.
Let's go. Remember, nothing's final till you say final answer, so take your time to say final.
All right.
Don't rush. 500 points. What is the title of the 2018 animated sequel to the 2011 film Romeo and Juliet, wherein a gnome detective's help is sought to locate gnomes who have gone missing? Did A, gnome is where the heart is? B, a house is not a gnome? C, gnome sweet gnome? Or D, Sherlock Gnomes?
I was just watching this terrible, terrible film. The final answer is D, Sherlock Gnomes.
Final answer, Sherlock Gnomes. You said you were watching it. Your answer is correct. Good job.
Yeah, I didn't get the first question wrong. All right.
Congratulations. You kept the tradition for 5 seasons. Good job. Honestly, I mean, it's not a great film, but I honestly don't hate this movie really that much. Like, I think it's way better than like the Emoji Movie or something like that.
Oh, well, that's a low bar to cross.
I don't know. Like, I wasn't frustrated with Sherlock Gnomes, which I guess is my thing. I mean, I guess there's a twist. I won't say what the twist is for people who haven't seen, but like I guess the twist pretty much at the beginning of the movie. But I mean, overall, I wasn't frustrated with the movie.
It's inoffensive enough that it just, I don't know. It's like when I watched it, it's just like I think sometimes the humor when it's very I don't want to say it's. I guess childish. I'm gonna say be
No,
nice.
I'll give you that. The humor can get really.
And after a while, it's like, okay, come on, adults have to sit through some of these movies too.
Yeah, there are quite a number of fart jokes and stuff like that.
Yeah, yeah.
But, I mean, overall, from the story and all that, like I watched it.
There are worse films.
Yeah.
There are films that I would rather avoid before this one. But yeah, it's still not the easiest one to watch.
Definitely not in your top animated movies.
No.
But I am a big fan of Romeo and Juliet, though. That one is the one that
I think I watched it once, and it was all right. It was fine.
Yeah. So.
No big complaints.
No big complaints. All right, Andrew, you got that right. The next one's 1,000 point. I have to remind you, if you get that wrong, you'll leave with nothing. I don't think that'll happen, but just have to remind you. 1,000 points up. What is the name of Shrek's donkey friend in the DreamWorks animation film franchise Shrek? A. Mule. B. Burrow. C. Donkey. Or D. Jenny.
Oh man! All right. I believe that the answer is C. Donkey. So my final answer is C. Donkey.
Did you get that right? Would DreamWorks actually name a donkey Donkey? Are you out of your mind? Your answer is correct. No, you're not. They actually would name a giant donkey Donkey. Good job. I'm one of the. I'm in the minority where I don't like any Shrek film. I'm not a fan of Shrek.
I really enjoy. I like the first one. I really like the second one, and then after that, I just don't want to think about it. And now they're making a
reboot or something.
Reboot, and it was upsetting because first they were actually, as you probably know, they were planning like 7 Shrek movies at first, and then I think when the third one kind of didn't, like, kind of sputtered, like, well, we'll try the fourth. And the fourth one wasn't all that much better. Some would argue worse. And they kind of just, it's over.
Yeah.
And
go ahead.
Yeah, so, I mean, pretty much, if they can get the cast of the original movie back, I think that's the plan. We'll see. But I think they were discussing, I think, especially Eddie Murphy and Mike Myers. And I miss Eddie Murphy. I don't know, I know he had some box office failures recently and had some, personal issues come up like everyone does. But I miss him. I want to see him on screen again. And hopefully I want to hear his voice, hear his humor. So, I mean, I'm not loving the idea of a new Shrek, but if it gets me some more Eddie Murphy, I'll take it.
Okay, so hear that, DreamWorks? You have at least one guy who would take the Shrek reboot.
I'll accept.
All right, congratulations. You have 1,000 points no matter what you do today.
Woohoo!
I want to get further. 2,000 points, Andrew. What is the title of the 2004 animated Disney Toon Studios film wherein Mickey Mouse, Donald Duck, and Goofy star in an adaptation of an Alexandre Dumas novel? Is it Mickey, Donald, Goofy Around the World in 80 Days? Mickey, Donald, Goofy, The Three Musketeers? Mickey, Donald, Goofy, Les Miserables? And D, Mickey, Donald, Goofy, The Count of Monte.
Oh, man. You're getting me here. Okay.
This is a hard one for you.
It's actually, because it's a little more modern, and it's like, it's not a, it's not like I guess it's not, I don't think it's a theatrical release. Did it have a theatrical release?
It had a theatrical release, yeah. But it's not the Disney canon. It's from Disney.
Right. All right. Oh,
have you heard of any of these titles before?
I feel there are, there's one I'm pretty sure is not, but gosh, okay.
Well, take your time, and don't forget you have lifelines if you need
them. Man. I'm worried. I'm like, okay. Oh.
You have the experts, and you have the.
Yeah, I know. I'm just trying to remember if she's good with this.
Yeah, and generally, excuse me, generally not. She's good with anime. Excuse me, Disney movies and stuff like that. It's
All
only
right.
voice actors and TV shows she's not. So.
Okay, I'm gonna go with the expert because gotta.
All right,
try.
let's go to Swanpride. We asked her this question. Let's see what she said. Around the World in 80 Days was written by Jules Verne. Les Miserables is a Victor Hugo novel. The other two are by Dumas, but I have never seen an adaptation of The Count of Monte Cristo featuring Mickey, Donald, and Goofy. There is one of the Three Musketeers, though, so my answer is B. So she says B, Mickey, Donald, Goofy, the Three Musketeers.
That's. Oh boy.
Do you trust her?
I am gonna say yes, B. I'm gonna go with her, and because it's one of the two I'm thinking of. So
Is that your final answer?
my final answer is B, the Three Musketeers.
What was the other one you were thinking of?
It was I was thinking like, what was it? It was
The Count of Monte Cristo.
Count of Monte Cristo.
Yeah.
I was thinking of, and I was.
Well, you're right because they're both Alexandre Dumas novels, but only one of these is actual movie. Is it Three Musketeers? Your answer is correct.
Oh, okay. Woo!
Excuse me. I recommend this movie if you haven't seen it yet. It's a musical, and they took famous like operas, like tunes from operas, and then they put new verses to them. So it's very fun. I liked it a lot. I haven't seen it when it came out, but what I remember liking it a lot.
Really? Oh man, I completely missed it.
Well, I definitely say I'll look forward to if you ever review this on your blog.
I will look for it.
Okay, so Swanpride, thank you. You helped us out.
Yes, thank you very much.
Andrew, let's keep going. 5,000 points. Voice actor Clarence Nash famously used buccal speech, a type of vocalization wherein the inner cheek is used to produce sound rather than the larynx, to perform the voice of which classic Disney character? A. Mickey Mouse, B. Goofy, C. Donald Duck, or D. Pluto?
Man, okay.
How's this question?
It's easier to me. It's easier than the last one, but I'm still like, oh.
What are you
I
leaning
am
towards?
going to go. I'm gonna go with C, Donald Duck, for my final answer.
How sure are you?
I'm not that sure.
Well, hopefully you're sure enough. Let's see. Your answer is correct.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, Clarence Nash.
I was thinking linguistically. I was like, okay, how would someone? I said, okay. I don't think I've ever heard Pluto talk. Has he ever talked?
I don't think I have either. Yeah.
I was like,
and Mickey Mouse is Walt Disney. That was his voice. So yeah. Clarence Nash was Donald Duck, and he used, and that's how the voice of Donald Duck is. It's actually not a voice; it's a sound effect. Has to do with the inner cheek and hair.
Right.
I've been trying to do Donald Duck forever, but I can never get it. But
yeah,
I do it. And if you ever watch the old TV show What's My Line, here he is. He actually appeared as a mystery guest on the show.
Oh.
And nobody could guess who he was. But we're glad.
All right, got it right, and I didn't have to use a 50-50.
Awesome. So we want to get you further. 10,000 points, Andrew. In the 2006 animated Pixar film Cars, what sort of establishment does the car Sally run in the town of Radiator Springs? Does she run a restaurant, a motel, a drugstore, or a post office?
Oh man. Because Sally. Okay.
Do you remember who Sally is?
I'm pretty sure. I'm trying to think. Cause just see. Yeah, they own that. So I'm going to see. I'm going to have to use my 50-50.
You want to use 50-50?
Yeah.
All right, whatever it takes, right? So let's give it a 2.
Yeah.
Are you leaning towards anything?
Huh?
Are you leaning towards anything?
I'm leaning towards A or possibly B.
A
It's
or
one
B?
of the. I feel those are my two. So if they
Okay.
wind up being the two, I'll be like, oh, great.
Hopefully that doesn't happen. But let's see. 50-50. Okay, motel or drugstore?
Okay. Okay. Then my final answer is going to be a B, motel.
All right, you had to use 50-50 there, but you had an idea and you went with motel. You get this right to keep going. You get it wrong, that's the end of the game. Andrew, your answer is correct.
Yeah. Okay.
Congratulations. Yeah, she ran the Cozy Cone Motel, where
Yeah.
this is where she lets Lightning McQueen stay in one of the cones, if you
And
remember.
I mean, yeah, absolutely. And see, what I was thinking of is, just because of that movie, part of that movie is talking about how the highway system has affected American life, and
Yeah.
especially in certain small areas, that they've become almost ghost towns. And it was a surprisingly mature part of that film that I actually enjoyed.
Yeah, I actually rewatched it the other day, and I was like, wow, I don't remember all this deepness when I first saw it.
It's surprising, like, whoa.
All right, Andrew, you're 2 away from the next benchmark. You only have 1 lifeline, but remember, if you get to 32,000, you'll gain the switch the question. So,
okay.
oh, that look forward to 20,000 points. Which historical figure do Mr. Peabody and Sherman save Sherman's schoolmate Penny from? Who did they save Penny from marrying in the 2014 DreamWorks animation film Mr. Peabody and Sherman? You're smiling names, I feel you know this. It's A. Charlemagne, B. King Henry VIII, C. King Tut, or D. Augustus Caesar.
Yes, I do know this because I think I enjoy Peabody and Sherman more than a lot of people, but I don't know, just hit me. But I'm going to say my final answer is C, King Tut.
You say final answer, King Tut. This one you were sure of. Your answer is correct. Congratulations.
Yeah.
No, I'm with you. I think Mr. Peabody Sherman's really underrated. I'm actually currently going through all the DreamWorks films because I want to make
nice.
I'm gonna make a post about my top 13 favorite ones.
Oh, I look forward to that.
Yeah. I look forward to your comment on it too. But right now, this is my third favorite. It's that high.
I really like the humor. I think it has a great voice cast. Because sometimes like an animated film can be made or broken by a voice cast, and so what happens is sometimes they spend all the money on getting this big voice cast, and then it's like, well, we don't have money for a script writer, so a screenwriter to do something, so we'll compose something really quick, really easy, and then they wind up with a
the third.
a below average film. It's like, man, it's like you had all that talent, and so the one person I do like who always seems to do well, I think we discussed this before, but Wes Anderson. Were you the one that watched Isle of Dogs?
I did. I did. I saw it a few months ago, I think.
And you liked it more than Fantastic Mr. Fox?
Yeah, I liked it. Yeah, I'm one of the few who doesn't like Fantastic Mr. Fox at all. But I love
it. See, I like Fantastic, but I think I like Isle of Dogs much better.
Yeah. No, I don't think I've met anyone else who doesn't like Fantastic Mr. Fox. I think it's just me.
It's a quirky movie. It's like it's a weird humor. Yeah. It's got a weird thing.
It's an acquired taste, I guess, maybe.
Wes Anderson is very acquired.
All right, Andrew, congratulations. You got this far. The next one's 32,000. Now, I have to remind you, if you get that right, you'll have that no matter what. If you get it wrong, you'll leave with 1,000.
Okay.
You still have that expert, and remember, if you get it right, you'll get in the 4th lifeline.
All right.
Here we go, 32,000, sir. Which famous animator famously outlined a list of 9 rules regarding what should and should not happen in a Wile E. Coyote Roadrunner cartoon? Was it A, Chuck Jones, B, Bob Clampett, C, Frizz Freeling, or D, Frank Tashlin?
I am gonna have to go with the expert. Ask the expert.
You want to use your last lifeline?
Yeah.
All right. We'll go to Swanpride, the last expert of the season. Let's see what she said. She said, I don't know for sure, but I suspect that the answer is A. Chuck Jones. It's just such a Chuck Jones thing, and he was the main artist behind the Roadrunner cartoon. So A, but I'm only 80% sure.
We're on the same page because I'm like 80% sure, and I'm like, I'm just not sure, but I'm gonna trust her, and I'm gonna trust my gut.
Yeah.
My final answer is going to be A. Chuck Jones.
All right, you said you were kind of sure about this, and Swanpride also was kind of sure. If you get this right, you have 32,000. You get it wrong, you leave with 1,000. Andrew, your answer is correct.
Yeah.
Congratulations. You have 32,000. No matter what you do today, you can't leave it less than that.
All right.
And now, because you got it right, you have the switch the question lifeline now. So you have one lifeline. Yeah, he was the one who made this. Someone had taken a picture of this, and it went viral I think last year or so. And you can see like the rules, like Roadrunner cannot harm the coyote except by going beep beep. No outside force harm the coyote, only his ineptitude or the failure of that. There's no dialogue ever. Whatever possible to make gravity the coyote's greatest. And it's like a list of 9 steps on how to make a Roadrunner or a coyote cartoon. So he's the guy behind that. All right, Andrew, you have excuse me.
Sorry.
You have 32,000. The next one is 64,000. Remember, if you get that right, you will take over the lead. So that's the one you have to definitely have to get right to take over the lead. And you have to switch the question.
Switch the question. Okay.
Here we go, Andrew. 64,000.
Yeah.
In the 2009 animated film 9, a post-apocalyptic film about sentient dolls, which of the following dolls are twins? You're smiling about this as well. A, 1 and 2. B, 3 and 4. C, 5 and 6. Or D, 7 and 8.
Oh, man. I was just watching this movie. Okay.
Take your time. And remember, you have to switch the question as well.
Oh, boy. I don't.
Any idea? You remember these dolls?
Because I was just saying, it's like, I'm cursing myself. Okay, so because I was saying, it's like, I'm I was just absolutely every time I watch the movie, I'm blown away by the the artistic style and the animation, and it's like incredible. Yeah. And I find it so beautiful, and it's like, wow, this is exactly why I watch animated film. But the characters, I was kind of like, characters, So jeez.
Well, you could switch if you want, or you could take a guess. It's your choice.
I'm all out of 50. I'm out of the 50-50, right? Yeah, I did that already.
All the other 3 are gone. It's just what are you going to do?
I am gonna say my final answer.
Oh, you can take a guess. Okay.
Yeah, we're gonna take a guess.
All right.
I feel I'm worried that the next question might be harder, and I'm like, oh, geez.
So you're saving switch, hoping this one's right.
Hopefully, I'm gonna go. My final answer is B, 3 and 4.
How sure are you?
About 65%. Very, very uneasy.
All right, Andrew. If you get this right, you will take over the lead, and your guess would have proved worthy. If you get it wrong, you leave with 32,000. Andrew, your answer is correct.
Yeah.
Congratulations. Congratulations. Wow.
All right. So I was thinking of, because they all have different, I don't want to say they all have different body types. There's something unique about the body types of all the characters.
Like 8 was like big, I think.
Yes, exactly.
3 and 4 were these two over here. They look.
Yeah, 3 and 4, and they were twins, and yeah, then of course you had 9, and then I believe one was the leader.
One was the leader, I think. It was Christopher Plummer. I think it was him.
Yeah, and was that Christopher Plummer?
Christopher Plummer was the leader. I don't remember what number he was.
Okay. But yeah, I do recognize the voice because I played Sky. Finally, I recognize his voice more from Skyrim, the Elder Scrolls 5, and I'm like, oh, that's the guy from Elder Scrolls 5. Okay.
I didn't even know he was in Elder Scrolls.
Yeah. He's one of the. I don't know if have you ever played the game?
I never played the game. I just heard of it.
Okay, yeah. There's a group of people called the Greybeards. And they live on this high mountain.
Sounds like Christopher Plummer.
High on this mountaintop. They're like ancient wise men that know like ancient magical ways. And yeah, so he has a great voice.
Nice,
I love his voice. And so, all right.
All right, Andrew, congratulations. You are in the lead as long as you hold this. Remember, once you get this wrong, you will not be in the lead. You're only 4 away from the million, so if you ever want to walk away, feel free to. Or keep going. You still have that switch. Don't forget.
Yes.
Let's go. 125,000. Which of the following is not an animated television series based on famous early American comedy teams? Which of these is not? A, New Three Stooges. B, the Abbott and Costello cartoon show. C, Laurel and Hardy. Or D, the Marx Brothers show. Basically, which of these did I just make up? 3 of these are existing animated shows. 1 is made up.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to switch to that question.
You gonna switch? Is that your final answer?
Yeah, because yeah, I'm gonna switch. That's my final.
Okay, so we're gonna switch. But if you had to take a guess, what would you say?
An animated cartoon show. I would say. An animated series based on a famous early.
Which is not based on it.
Not based. The Abbott and Costello cartoon show.
If you told me the Abbott and Costello cartoon show, final answer, you got it wrong. It actually was a Hanna-Barbera show where the cool thing about it, they actually got Bud Abbott to voice himself in that. So that was the draw for that.
Oh,
the correct answer. Excuse me. The correct answer is the Marx Brothers show. I just made that.
Really? Okay, because I was thinking, what would make a good animated television show? I said the Marx Brothers. They have 3 distinct personalities, 3 distinct thing, and I said I don't remember seeing any.
Yeah, you think that one would be one, but that one isn't. The new Three Stooges was the real thing, and I think they actually got the Three Stooges to voice themselves.
Right. That was pretty much well, I would. My second guess would have been the Marx Brothers, but I was like,
Well, good thing you switched.
I did. I'm glad I did.
It's your last lifeline, but hey, you still make the million. Here we go. Which of the following characters from the book of the same name does not appear in the 1970 animated MGM animation film The Phantom Tollbooth? Which of the following does not appear? A, the spelling bee. B, the ever-present word snatcher. C, Officer Short Shrift. Or D, the demon of insincerity.
Oh gosh.
Was this a better question or a worse one?
No, this is much worse. Oh gosh.
Have you seen The Phantom Tollbooth?
No.
Oh, okay.
No. Oh boy.
So again, I have to remind you: if you get this wrong, you won't win. So if you
want
to walk away, you will.
Well, then I'm gonna walk away because it's just, that's just. I'll claim my prize rather than lose all.
Andrew, is that your final answer?
Walking away, correct.
All right, Andrew Garrison, congratulations. You walked away, and you've ended this episode off this season wonderfully. We actually have a winner, Andrew Garfield. Andrew Garrison. You're not Spider-Man, are you?
No.
Andrew Garrison, you won, and because you haven't got the million, you won by having the highest total score, which is a total of 128,000 from both rounds, and you'll win a $10 Amazon gift card from me. So, excellent. If you had to take a guess here, what do you think the answer was?
Oh, okay. I am going to say, The D, the demon of insincerity.
If you told me D, the demon of insincerity, final answer, it also got that wrong. It was
All right.
actually
See,
the ever-present word snatcher. But yeah,
really?
I
Okay.
recommend you watching this one. I'd love to see your thoughts on the
I've never.
Toll Booth.
Because that's the thing. Was that that so, there's so many things in animation that like I have. It's just
It's just so
studied
wide.
and watched, and then you think, oh, I know everything, and I always try not to think that because you always want to be open to new possibilities and think, hey, there's something I haven't seen.
Yeah.
How exciting is that?
I always
And
find the more I know, the more there is to know.
exactly, and so that's why. But sometimes I have to admit, it's like, oh man, I know a lot of animated movies. It's hard to get one past me, but there's always going to be something. Something in every year. It's like, oh, well, did you see this movie? I love this movie, and I hadn't even heard of that film.
Yeah.
It's like. So,
well, I'm glad I could introduce you to a lot of new stuff in this episode.
well, me too. It's more of the reason I like doing this because it makes me think about what I've seen recently and what I've seen in the past, and so thank you for having me again.
No problem. So for all you watching, season 5 is sadly done. I want to thank you all for watching who've been watching since episode 1, or if you just started watching, thanks for watching. Maybe there'll be a season 6 next year, but until then, I want to thank all the players. I want to thank Andrew Garrison for coming on, and I want to thank all the other players: Paul Estelle, Jonathan North, Olaf Leishnack, Chelsea Robson, Stanford Clark, Wes Troop, Eli Sanza, Brian Clawford, and Larry Chilson of LC Screen Talk. And a big thank you to Swanpride for being the expert this season and answering questions for 15 weeks in a row. Every week I've been sending her new questions, and she always answers them promptly and with enthusiasm and all that. So before we go, Andrew, is there anything else you want to say, or how can people find you?
Well, if you have a chance, please check out my Twitter, Andrew the Movie Guy 14, and there you will get links to my animated movie countdown as it comes along. We're currently in 2014 area, and we're moving right to the present. And hopefully, you find something else that you find interesting along the way.
Nice. I'll definitely put links to that below. And for all you watching, it was wonderful having you for a whole season. Hopefully, maybe next season there'll be something more. Until then, you can check out my blog at Animation Commendation at markb4.wordpress.com, or also my live-action Disney blog at myliveactiondisneyproject.wordpress.com. Until then, take care. Bye.
I'm gonna have to make sure I'm following.